Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Gaming Quitte, the most delicious Quitte of them all, and today we're going to take a look at what might have went wrong in terms of monetization with Dragalia Lost, or rather just some things I personally think could have been handled better, which might have given us a bit more time with Dragalia. I'm not going to go into what could have been handled differently in terms of gameplay here, just in terms of making more money. That's a different topic I feel like has too much personal bias to it in the end, so let's just put that aside for the moment. First off, let's talk about summoning banners. In the more recent months, we usually only got new units on Gala banners, and in between, we mostly just had elemental focus banners. Most people knew that summoning on those is kind of a waste. Maybe new players could have benefited from them, but I always told people to just wait for a Gala, so you can have higher chances at a 5-star there. Dragalia often had platinum banners alongside the elemental focus banners, which I guess made some people spend a little, but that was about it. And with some people, I mean Xenosilas. Or does anyone remember the Platinum Showcase Deluxe they did last year? That was pretty amazing. This banner guaranteed you a 5-star you did not have yet on the tenfold. We really should have gotten something like this way more often. In hindsight though, this banner might have been done by Cygames to get a last push before they decide if the game makes enough money or not. But in my opinion, they dropped the ball on event reruns. For example, we recently had the Linnea and Nadine event rerun, but we didn't get a rerun banner for the units. The same happened with the Princess Connect rerun event, which didn't even give us a banner to let us summon Pecorine or Forager Mitsuba. I mean, that might have been because they knew they would announce the end of new content soon, but it's a problem we've had for a very long time already. I also think that Dragalia could have given us stream summons more often, because that's something people were literally waiting for to spend their money on. Or maybe always having a rotating banner alongside the current featured units could have been helpful. A lot of games do this, for example Alchemy Stars is one I can think of right now, that always has a rotating banner with different older units on radar, alongside the normal featured banner with new units. This could have helped a lot with having people spend more often, be it Wormite or money in the end. And I mean, Fire Emblem Heroes has like a gazillion banners at once, all the time. The problem with spending money on Dragalia for summons was that, well, we didn't really need to, most of the times, spend money. I myself didn't spend any Dimension on summons, mostly, aside for the daily deals. And I guess I did maybe pay for some summons in the past, but I don't even remember because it's been so long. And I still did really well in terms of units, as you all might know. I would almost go as far as to say that this generosity was the thing that led people to the game and had them stay, but at the same time, it was Dragalia's own downfall. And well, buying packs to summon wasn't really the best deal, to be honest. Mostly just bought anniversary packs myself, because those offered the best things. The biggest problem with the packs was that a lot of them were only purchasable once a month. Why was that a thing? Let people spend their money if they wanna unbind tons of dragons with the Sunlight Stone pack. That's literally what whales want. They just wanna spend as much money as possible to get the best versions of the things they have. This was just a hurtful business practice in the end. Aside from the summons, what else could Dragalia have done? I did talk about a few things in my recent How Dragalia Could Make More Money video, which is very funny that I released this a few days before we got those sad news, isn't it? One thing I mentioned was some kind of season pass, which would have guaranteed some form of regular revenue. And I also shudder at the thought of saying it, but even a pass like the Fire Emblem Heroes pass could have been done with giving us a unique outfit for a character each month. Some weapon skins, or I don't know, skins for the Fafnir and Kaleidoscope. Something like that. And speaking of the Kaleidoscape and the Fafnirs, like that would have also been a really cool thing. Getting like buyable skins for the Fafnir, let us have the dog, the adventurer dog, run with us. Or mini-mits or something like that. I mean, I mentioned that in my video, like I said, but something like that would have been cool. I guess in the end, the biggest problem that Dragalia had was that whales didn't really have a reason to spend. Maxing out a dragon? Just grind the essences or use Sunlight Stones. You got a new unit? Well, you're good to go if you grind it enough, you don't need dupes. And all of this is why we love the game, because you can basically do everything without having to spend. You're struggling with endgame content? Well, there's not much you can do aside from getting good. Other gachas enable you to just spend tons of money to improve your units by unbinding them, or getting strong weapons this way, which makes the gameplay easier. But in Dragalia, if you wanted to clear endgame content, spending money didn't help a lot. I mean, sure, if you spend money to get a good new character like Sheila, Aya and Otoa, then things certainly get easier, but you will still need to play well for that. Another thing that surely just had to hinder revenue was the fact that Dragalia never released worldwide. Sure, you could download the APK as an Android player, but if you lived in a country that the game wasn't officially really released, then you are out of luck as an iOS player. This certainly didn't help with new players finding the game without any advertisement, which also was rare, honestly. I do blame Nintendo on this. I am sure they didn't release the game in a lot of countries in Europe, because people are very used to Nintendo games being fully localized, at least when it comes to text. In Germany, a lot of people are like, if this Nintendo game is in German, I'm not gonna buy it. And Nintendo probably thought, we need to localize it into several languages before releasing it in Europe, but it's too expensive, so let's not. And I understand that, but they never released it in Europe, at least not everywhere. This is a huge cut in possible revenue in itself, so that was a huge problem. I also remember how Cygames introduced tomes to Dragalia Lost, which enabled us to buy new shared skills. After they were released, I did spend some money to buy them, like I bought Emma's skill simply to see other units use it. But then Dragalia just had to be generous again, giving us tons of them in events, which is a good thing because it helped people that didn't spend much. But man, you just had to go and kill that source of revenue with your generosity too. Okada, huh? This was such a missed opportunity to make more money with the game. But in my opinion, the very best way, the absolute best way that Dragalia could have made more money was to make things like Adamantite more interesting to buy with better packs, and the literally best item in the game, the Omnicide, was not buyable. You couldn't purchase the Omnicide. I mentioned it in my recent video, but I literally cannot comprehend how Cygames only gave this item for free. This is an item Wales would have bought, maybe for even 10 bucks, I don't know, maybe more. Like someone gets a Mim on a showcase. But they didn't have an Omnicide for some reason, because they didn't farm Kaleidoscope or something else. So they could just go and buy it, max out Mim, which is super strong now and makes clearing content easier, and they're good to go. Omnicides would have made the game faster and easier for many people, especially whales, who spend for exactly that reason. Double drops on chests is lame and useless. It makes me play less and it's faster, but it's lame. Let me feel good by instantly maxing out a unit with the item I bought, I spent my money on, and making them super strong. I will never understand why Dragalia dropped the ball on this one so hard. But you know, all of these ideas are now too late, sadly. The game is coming to an end sometime in the future, but until then, I am surely gonna enjoy the heck out of it. We're still getting some content, and I'm excited to see what the big climax of the story will be. So until then, let's all continue to have as much fun as possible on this journey. Well, anyway, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like and tell me your thoughts on what you think went wrong in terms of monetization in Dragalia Lost. If you want to know what I'm up to in the future, follow me on Twitter or join our Discord. The links are in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!